Can
I just ask your name and rank, please?
Yes, you can. My name is Alex Dale. I'm Inspector. My call number is 1058.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Are you standing under your oath?
Standing under my oath?
Yes.
What oath are we talking about?
Your attestation to the king.
I'm completely aware of my oath. I'm on duty.
Yes.
I'm doing my job as a police officer.
That's perfect. No, we don't want to get animated. That's fine. Let's not start off in the wrong foot. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Let's rewind.
Working as a police
Let's
officer.
rewind. Yeah.
I sense that what I'm going to say is going to upset you in some way.
Do you want to turn your camera around so that it's?
The thing that
it's adjustable.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's made not to record your faces.
No, that's fine.
It's just to record.
Oh, we don't mind. We're absolutely fine with it.
Now, if I'm led to believe things correctly, you've come in because you're not happy with, or you want to find out action that's been taken regarding your granddaughter. Is that right?
Well, there's a lot of complaints.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're making. We want prime reference.
But it's the main concern. The main concern is the safety of the child, which is already 24 hours. It's already 24 hours too late.
Was it yourself that reported the matter to us?
No.
Yeah, no, I've just done it now. Yeah, but we did on the 19th as well.
Yeah, on the 20th of last month, we made a report, and we're told that
They couldn't deal with it.
We would hear from. Well, the police couldn't deal with it. The social, the emergency service that we phoned said they'd get back to us, and we didn't hear anything. That was on the 20th, and then on the Monday we heard that the social worker in charge had satisfied herself that everything was okay.
And then again, when I went yesterday.
And then the child was seen again yesterday, and has significant bruises, and has bruises in from the waist down, the buttocks, the inner thighs, and so on.
Ankles.
And the report that was made last night by a social worker who's not working on this case but just is
23 years
experienced.
experience.
Yeah, she's experienced, and she said, you know, the most likely explanation for this is that this child is suffering some kind of abuse. Now, this is the grandmother's obviously beside herself, the mother's beside herself, and that was 24 hours ago. We were told we would hear from the social services. We haven't done.
Okay. I'm not going to apologise on behalf of social services. They have their own timetable and what they're going to do. Much as we would all love to be keeping people informed as to what happens doing things, if they haven't called you, they should have done. I'm sorry. If it was us, I'd like to think we would have done better, but I can't apologise for them for not doing that. Okay. Everything you've told us, as I understand
Can I
it,
just read this out to you, please, because I need you to understand. Now, this is the social worker. 23 years experience.
I understand.
Works in court. There's reports on child abuse, sexual abuse. Dear Salik, the unedited photos. I wish to bring to your attention the fact that the bruises are all within the bottom region. In my experience, I cannot rule out possible sexual abuse because of the nature and position of the bruising. If an immediate child protection medical is not conducted tonight, I can assure you further action will be taken. If left in the care of the foster carer or indeed any other child within care in the next hour, the Director CEO head of the police will receive an email. Can I please respectfully request that you update me?
Okay.
Dear all, following on from the last two emails, I wish to advise you that happy to resume the care. I am aware that a judge is available over the weekend for emergency hearings given the change to the care plan. I think it's fair to say Beata has suffered, and she has. And I want you to go and get my granddaughter and take her to the hospital.
Show him the photograph.
I need to be there.
One moment. Now, I know you
No,
want
I'm
a
going to
certain
show
result to
you
happen.
the marks on it.
Yeah. You need to see them.
them.
You do need to see them.
Has there been a? Yeah, okay, that's probably.
So all
it's
the
probably-
marks have been out. So these are the fingertip marks, stomach being held downwards. And then all the others that she's marked out.
Officer, has the child protection examination taken
Now,
place?
one moment, because I'm not going to disclose things to all of you here that I am not absolutely certain that I'm entitled to know. Okay, there are certain procedures on it. Now, if it's yourself that has brought this to our attention, I can give you an occurrence number, and I can give you my personal reassurance that everything you've told us has been recorded and it is being investigated. And I can confirm that we have visited with social services and specially trained child support agency officers today to visit the child.
Have you taken her out of their
Okay,
care?
we have not, and we will not be doing so.
And why not when you see this evidence?
I'm not going to go into what specifically is contained in that report, and the wording that is used, and any of those things. But I'm satisfied, having read that they have done things properly today, and we will not be taking
Really?
the child.
So then let's get down to
Should
it.
the family-
Let's give you the information where social services have continuously lied, and I've got all the evidence to prove.
Yeah.
And now you're saying that she's been left in their care.
Let's look at what's happened today. She has been seen, she has been spoken to.
I don't care if she's been seen and been spoken to. She is not safe in their care.
Okay, I understand this is not the result you wanted.
I think would it be anybody's?
Say again?
Would it be anybody's? Maybe we should go live and let the whole world know what's
Maybe you
actually
should. That's
going
entirely your
on.
right. I'm not going to stand here and be frightened
I'm
or
not
bullied
saying,
into a certain
I'm
course
not
of
saying I'm
action.
bullying you.
Okay?
We're not bullying you at all.
What I'm saying, and I know this is not what you want to hear, I'm saying she has been visited, she has been spoken to, she has been
Is
seen,
this the S47 child protection procedure?
she has been spoken to by children from the child aids, from the social services and
Who's
our
been
own
spoken to?
Cambridge officers today. She has been seen, she has been spoken to,
Sorry, who's been spoken to?
the child we're
She's
talking about.
22 months
Oh,
old.
she's not spoken to. She has been observed. We have gone round to see where she is. We have observed her.
But there's
We
a
have
lot of
checked
people
her
that can hide a
condition.
lot of things nobody knows.
So all
We
these
have had-
bruises
we have
are
had
okay.
specially trained officers and social services doing this.
So how
Now,
could you
I'm not,
explain those
I
bruises
am not a
then?
social worker, and I'm not one of those specially trained officers, but I'm relying on the reports of those that have done so.
Yes,
And I'm
I know.
telling you now, I appreciate your concerns, but we are not taking her from where she is currently. I cannot apologise for social services for not telling you that. They should have done that, and maybe that would have solved this problem, because they might have been in a position to tell you all more detail than I am in a position to tell you.
This is the fourth time she's
Okay.
been harmed. Let me tell you that. They've done a medical report. You need to listen to the whole truth. Okay? They did a medical report after removing her from my daughter on the 3rd. 5 days they waited to do that medical. When my
And she
granddaughter was
already had marks on
removed,
her back.
when my daughter
January.
was removed on the 3rd, she had no marks or injuries. Your statement from one of your police officers, witness statement, on the 8th, she then has bruises on her hips, her thigh, a mark from her ear to her cheek, and a cut on her leg. Please do not tell me that you're doing something when nothing is being
I'm
done.
talking about something that has been done today.
Well, I'm talking something that's been
Okay,
carrying on
this is
since,
our action
since the
that we
3rd.
have done
So you're
today.
letting her suffer from the
That is
3rd
our
up
most
until now.
recent update, I can tell you. And
It isn't good enough.
disgusting.
It isn't good enough. When
I'm sorry,
when the
no,
contact
this
visit
is
was
what we're going
made
to get.
on what was the date? 20th of January, wasn't it? The child was clearly traumatised. She was vacant. She was absent. And not only that, but she did not have any suitable
And can you
out
see,
clothing
officer,
on her.
Around the 20th, it was really cold. She came to the supervised contact with no warm clothing on. She was frozen. She had the marks. She had marks on
She
her
had
thigh.
red
She
blue
had
hands.
red marks on her face.
She was
and
swollen.
she was frozen cold. So she was then assessed by this system that we have no sight of, and which you assure us is acting. She was assessed then and found to be safe, and everything was fine. And then a couple of weeks later, see her again, or actually a month later, we see her again, and then she's covered in bruises in the worst possible place. And now you tell us it's fine. How can we accept that? How can we accept that there's
Have
a
you got
child
children?
out there
You
who
wouldn't
is
accept that if
suffering?
it was your children. I'm telling you that.
I'd be very
I
interested.
have no way of knowing that.
But I can show
You
you.
wouldn't.
Okay?
I'm
I
trying
have
to.
no way of knowing what I
I'm
would do with
trying to
my
give
children.
you the
And I
evidence
know
that they
you're
have
telling me,
lied.
and I know that you have told us that already.
But I've got the evidence, not just that. I've got evidence of them doing a statement under oath with the Abigail from the hotel manager. I've given that to the police. They've done nothing that shows that that is flawed.
If you wish to complain about us or anyone we work with, that's
It's
fine.
not
I have
about
to take that. But
complaining
what I'm
about
saying,
you.
what I'm
It's
what I'm
about
You're not
saying-
willing to
I'm-
look at the
child
evidence.
says.
Let's
telling
keep
you
it
now-
professional,
what I'm
folks.
telling you now, and that's fine, there's nothing in that report I've seen today conducted by those people who've been there, and I reassure you they have been there. They have done their own assessment there. There is nothing contained in that
So
is
who
going to
is
give me.
they? Can you tell us who they
I
are?
can't. They're specific.
So not,
that
not police?
Yes, there are two other police officers,
Okay.
and they have gone there in conjunction with social
Right,
services.
okay.
And had social services updated you of this, I'd like to think they have gone into it in better detail than I'm able
Well,
to.
they
Can you follow that up then?
I can, of course I can.
Because obviously
Of
you
course I
don't want us here at 6 o'clock on a Saturday.
It's not welcome,
No.
because I understand your concerns,
Yeah, no.
but there must be a better way of resolving it than this.
Well, if they had
And it wouldn't
contacted the
have-
The
lady-
only way of
I'm sure that
resolving
would have
this
been
is to remove her from their
I'm
care
sure-
and get another doctor's medical. The police or the social workers are not qualified
Okay.
to do an assessment on my granddaughter. She needs a medical assessment, and I'm asking you
Was it by a paediatrician?
for a medical
Can I just
assessment.
ask?
No, it wasn't, because it,
why
and
I'm
police
asking who it was.
and
She should be
social
taken to a
services
hospital.
are not
She
qualified
is
to do
being
this.
assessed to be fine where she is.
Let me
Okay,
tell
we are
you.
not removing her and taking her to
No?
hospital. Or
Well, then you will be personally held responsible, because let me tell you, in 2016, 2 of my grandchildren, with exactly the same happened, okay? It was found in court under a sealed judgment, lies, deceit, all from social services. My 2 grandchildren were harmed in care. So I'm going to hold you personally responsible for any more damages to my granddaughter.
I hear what you're saying and I accept what you're saying.
The
Okay.
procedure,
You're
the
not, because you
requirements,
just-
as you probably know, is that when an allegation is made,
They're
the
meant to be
child has
escorted to the
examined
hospital.
by a designated paediatrician. Has that happened?
I'm not going to go into what hasn't happened.
But it sounds to me like it hasn't.
Because I am not.
Exactly.
No, but it's
I'm not-
reasonable for
It's a
us to ask if
requirement,
due
yeah.
process has
Yeah.
been followed.
Yeah.
I've told you, all I'm going to be able to tell
Has
you.
the child
all
been
I'm
seen
going
by
to,
a
we can
paediatrician?
ask the same questions and answers all over again. Okay? I'm telling you that they have been visited today
But
by
not
the
by a
social
paediatrician.
services,
No.
by the trained
Due
officers.
process has not been followed by the
And this
And
is
there is nothing contained in that visit that is going to make me take the child away from where they are. at this time.
but
she
due
hasn't been
process has not been followed.
Yeah.
I'll repeat, there is nothing contained in that process that is going to make me take the child from where they are.
seen- Yeah,
at the moment.
because they haven't had her seen by a
Okay,
paediatrician.
now I suggest when social services contact you and give you the update that you're entitled to, you address your concerns with them as to whether to the
We've been
qualification,
doing
the
that
qualifications
since
Do they
of
have-
the person that have gone round.
Do they have an out of hours service currently?
Social services,
They
I
do.
can find out
They
for
do.
you.
Could you ask
They
that
do.
question?
They
Find
do.
out
They
for
do
you,
have
and I
an
can give you
They
the-
do
I
have
can
an
give you-
we've been
out-of-hours.
waiting.
Let the man say. The man's being fair enough.
I can try and
If you
find
could
out.
find out if there's a number that we
Okay.
could
There
actually
is,
call.
there is, and
Okay.
that's who we spoke to last night.
Okay.
That's who Siobhan spoke to last night. But
The out of
it
hours
seems to
number
me,
will be
officer,
the one generic number that covers all
So
of
do we already have? Do we have that number?
Fine. If
Do we have that number?
Yeah, we've got.
If you already have it,
got that.
fine.
We've
If
found
not,
it.
I can find it for
We've
you.
They,
also-
think,
I can
they
also-
told me they
Hold
were
on.
concerned
I know this is a
photos.
motive subject.
I can also
But
give
do you have the number for
We
that?
do.
What
We
the
do. We phoned them on the 20th.
So
of last
if
month.
we phone them currently and we don't get the result or the answer that we want, we'll phone 999 and we'll report it as a sexual abuse case, which we believe it is.
You can make that.
We
call,
can make that call.
Okay, but
Because
I
we've
can
got a
tell
social
you,
worker
Thing
in
is,
20
you-
Unless
you
you have
as a
something
police
new
force,
to tell us,
you have a
about
duty of
Well, we
care
do.
to the child.
to tell us
It's not new,
further
is
to the visit that was conducted today, then it will be the same result.
Except
We
that
have spoken. We have done our visit.
no,
that
no,
happened
but
today.
And
with
you're
the
satisfied
with the
with all those
designated.
bruises?
I am telling
The
you.
child
needs
is
to
okay
see a
to
doctor.
stay where she
Sorry.
is.
I am telling you, as I've said already, that the location, the child has been seen, the people who are there have been seen, everything has been assessed by the social services going there, by the child abuse investigation team officers who have been around there, and there is nothing that they have said that gives us any indication that we need to remove the child.
Can I just?
The visit took place.
Okay, can I just read
listen
it?
to you.
When an allegation is made regarding possible physical abuse and a child has bruises, child protection procedures state the child should be seen and a child protection medical be completed by a designated consultant pediatrician.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't been done.
I understood from what you said that hasn't taken place, and that's what we're asking to take place,
Okay.
please. Now.
No,
Okay.
I'm not going to do that now.
Why
Because
not?
the report I've seen suggests that the investigation is well in hand.
So how much more
People
harm
have
is this
gone-
child going to be subjected to? Because it will continue, because we've got enough evidence to show that she's already been harmed significantly and injured.
Multiple times.
I'm
So,
making
you
this
know, it's not going
assessment
to
on
stop,
the
is
visit
it?
that happened today
Well,
by child
you
abuse
haven't followed due
investigation team
process and done
officers
this.
and the social services officers that were there.
Well,
Okay?
No.
And that's what's generated this whole incident.
But
I'm
yesterday's
giving the
contact
investigation
visit
number.
were fresh bruises.
Yes,
Fresh
I know.
bruises since the
I
week
know.
before.
I know.
So how
That
can
is
that
They're
child be
constantly.
safe? How can
The
that child
next
be safe?
week.
She's not. She's not safe. I'll state it as a
Officer.
statement of fact.
I wouldn't have driven here from the mainland if I wasn't horrified by the way this thing has been managed. And the police have been involved at certain times. There's been absolute false, flimsy representation. This child was taken away. Can I just give you an idea of what this woman's going through? Can I give you an idea? She's in contact with this hostel in which the mother, I don't know how much you know about the story, but the mother came out of prison with the child. Only 2 weeks later were any formal transfers of responsibility. No plan. She's placed in a hostel. You friends hotel you're aware of?
I'm not
As a
from the
vulnerable
island.
Okay, so there is drugs, alcohol,
So, yeah.
money laundering.
Drugs and alcohol were sold on this. This is a safe place for someone vulnerable who was in prison
Emergency.
to be assessed and just
Is this a
left
place
there
that was
to rot.
found for that person by
Sorry?
an agency?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by housing.
By
Okay.
housing. So they
No-
use it
no-
as
no-
a
no,
emergency housing. hotel.
Risk assessment that we've seen. Okay, she goes there. She's offered alcohol on the evening that the child was taken away from the mother. This whole abduction, I would call it, relies only on the report of this woman who is saying one thing to the grandmother to keep her, I don't know, to keep her from, and says, no, don't worry, she's fine. And then in her report is reporting psychosis on the part of the mother, drunken behavior, drug use, and so on. So it's insane,
ridiculous.
officer.
My
So
grandchildren were
wrong.
there.
Yeah.
They've said that my daughter was hallucinating. My grandchildren are 8 and 9 years old.
There was an abduction
They
attempt
can
at the hotel.
They can identify the people that were trying to get in the room.
The report, which summarizes this whole thing that went to court, actually has the wrong child's name in the first paragraph, and that has been in court. That document has been in court 3 times, and nobody's even noticed that they're talking about the wrong child. So it copy and pasted report, which is then doctored
That's
to
not
look
wrong
like
anyway.
and it has. They haven't even got the child's name right, and and they've obviously released the name of another vulnerable child for
So
public.
breach their data.
My point is, I have
It's
a
just-
recording from the social worker stating that they have no evidence to have taken my granddaughter in the first place, that they rely solely on this statement. I gave you the evidence. It's flawed, it's lies, and no one's doing anything. Please.
I'm sorry it seems like we're not
Please.
doing anything. Okay,
This is
I'm
since
sorry
early
that
January.
I'm sorry that it seems that you're not being supported. Here.
Today is the 17th of
You know,
February.
on a positive, you have a family support around you, but it sounds like communication between the agencies isn't doing
Well,
what we want
we're
it to do.
putting you on notice to principal is notice to agent, and we are putting you on notice to act in accordance to your oath. This is a notice to you to perform your duties correctly in accordance with your oath, which, by speaking to us now, you are confirming that you are acting under. You are reminded that by swearing this oath, you solemnly and sincerely promised to serve the people and to act with integrity and diligence in your role, and to the best of your ability ensure that you protect the public. You swore that you would give a voice to the victims of crime and work with other services to ensure the safety of the community and effective criminal justice, and to not seek to influence or prevent any lawful and reasonable investigation or arrest. Further to our reports made to Hampshire and Isle of Wight Constabulary by telephone on the 20th of the 1st 24 and previous ones as well, we are now providing you with further evidence of serious harms and injuries being inflicted on a 22-month-old infant, Evea Renew, currently in the care of Isle of Wight Social Services. Further to the contact visit made by Juliet Lewin, the nearest relative, on the 16th of the 2nd 2024, which was yesterday, photographs were taken of the serious injuries and fresh bruises since the last contact visit on the 9th of February 2024 on Evea's legs, midriff, ankles and bottom, and reported to the social workers in attendance at the time. A call was again made to the police last night on the 16th of the 2nd 2024, but advice given was to call the out-of-hours number for social services. At each contact visit, Juliet, Evea's grandmother, the nearest family member, has reported her grave concerns about the neglect and harm being inflicted on Evea to the social workers present. As her approved emergency carer by Hillingdon Social Services, Evea, Juliet demands the immediate return of her granddaughter, Evea Renew, to the safety of her protection and care in order to immediately facilitate a health and welfare check at the nearest available medical facility and to prevent any further harms being inflicted on her granddaughter. We are video and audio recording this report and have noted your badge number and name, and as such we will be holding you personally liable should any further harm come to Evea. Failure to professionally document, record and act on this urgent and serious report will put you in violation of the Nolan principles and amount to a possible criminal act by serving public servant. You have now been noticed to perform your duties correctly, without vexation, frivolity or malice. And we are members of the Lawful Enforcement Alliance.
Okay. I've noted what you told me. I've listened politely and let you do it. All I can tell you, it does not change what is happening. But I have noted everything you have said. It's recorded on mine and it's recorded on yours. It does not change the course of action we are taking tonight.
Would you have an email that we can contact you on?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I can get to one. I'm going to write it down together with the...
Just so that we can get our... If you could find... Are you working on tomorrow?
I'm a duty inspector.
Are you tomorrow?
Okay, I am around tomorrow.
So would you be able to get us an update by...
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Okay.
If you could.
I am also, unfortunately, the only senior officer on a late shift. I am subject to the ramifications of what happens out on the streets
as well.
At the moment, we have many things happening.
If you could give us your email, and if you don't mind us having your email, we won't make it public or anything like that, but it's just for the grandmother's safety.
It will be a police email.
I'll give you a copy of this letter that I've read out to you, but this is a notice from Paige, who is Evea's mother, requesting or giving Juliet her permission to act on her behalf to collect property from this police station that was taken in to custody, and there's a record number and they are 2 mobile phones which we would like back.
Okay, that's something I've...
Not yours.
Okay,
no.
That's not something I'm going to be able to do at the moment, I'm afraid. All we have open at the moment at this time of night is a temporary property store.
Can you facilitate that tomorrow?
I can make the property officer aware that you wish to recover it, and also obviously make contact with the officer in the case to establish ownership, whether you're entitled to have it, but I will certainly make them aware. What number would be best?
Well, it's going to be the grandmother, I would assume.
I'll take it, but I'll assume we've already got it. I'll take it in case it's anything.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Your phone number?
Oh, Juliet.
Yes.
No,
The best number that these officers could update you on.
And they start at 12?
They start at midday tomorrow.
Midday.
Now, I have to say our duty system isn't always 100% accurate, so there's no reason why I wouldn't be on duty starting at 12 tomorrow.
Okay.
Can I ask you something about the statement? If somebody's done a statement under oath and it's proven
A witness statement?
a witness statement that was done under oath at your police station,
Yes.
and you've been sent evidence that that's lies, what's been put in that statement, why is nothing being done about it?
I can't answer that question because I don't know the circumstance of the statement or what's been said.
You have to be able to provide evidence that the statement's false.
I have to. I say
Well, we have done. All right.
The difficulty of it is that
surely if someone's done a statement under oath for court and for social services to rely on, and everybody else, surely.
And has that been written to the police?
Yeah.
Okay, something to ask the officers.
So, and I'll tell you the lady's name. The officer is.
so we can call tomorrow and speak to these two.
Yeah, they're shown as starting on duty at midday.
Cheryl Taylor.
Sure, no, okay. Would you mind writing that on the bottom of there as well? That's okay. So they are shown on our duty system as starting at midday. Now, short term, people make adjustments to their duties that don't always get updated. So that might be inaccurate, but I will certainly leave it.
Well, we are going to phone social services currently to see if we can get a response, because they should have updated the lady.
Yes.
They really should have.
That is the only number I can get for her out of hours.
That's not the number the lady's got. She's got an 03 number, but we'll try both.
And that is my
That's where she.
details.
Yeah, perfect.
I did the usual and ran out of space.
Yeah, it's Hampshire Police, but
Yeah,
PNA.
it's not PNN anymore.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? It's
So
police
it's
dot
just
co.
Police dot UK.
Okay, yeah. And I will do it as necessary.
So I will contact both those officers.
Yeah,
let them know
perfect.
you've been here.
Just now?
Just now.
Yeah, email. Just give them an email for the
Yes,
morning.
of course. Let
Yeah,
them know you've
perfect.
come in.
Yep.
And that you will be making contact with them. And actually, it might be preferable if they contact you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be the lady.
It's
So,
gonna- okay,
yeah.
all right. So hopefully they will be in a position to give you an update as to.
Well, hopefully social services will answer the call to us just now.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'd like to think so.
Well, hopefully.
But again, if it's out of our service, I can't speak. for
Well,
them.
we'll phone them in.
See how you go.
We'll see how it
you
goes.
go.
Yeah, we're definitely going to phone.
I need some crime numbers.
That's on top there.
That's the
I-
top.
if you want that.
The two officers tomorrow will.
I need crime numbers for the statement as well.
Okay. Let's try and get one thing at a time sorted in relation to the officers.
Yeah, let's get the baby sorted. Let's get the baby sorted.
But this is all ties in.
I know, but let's now that you've got us here, we'll start afresh and we'll start. Let's make some headway.
Yeah. It's
Frustrating.
In the official documents around this whole case, the paediatrician who inspected the child said that the child had been under close scrutiny for the 7 weeks or whatever prior to, from release release from prison.
She'd spent
The
like
social
20
worker
minutes
spent 20 minutes
in my home.
at the home. That was, and then
And now
so
they've made up a child and family assessment,
So is that from me?
which is illegal, which is false.
the lack of faith in the services is just so totally understandable, and the frustration and watching a family member know or suspect even that the child is coming to harm. And then it seems to me, officer, that even due process has not been followed in the last 24 hours. I think that's a highly qualified social worker saying that the process should be followed. You've got the number.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to say that the evidence that the whole reason that this child is being kept in care under the care and protection of social services stems back to a statement made by the hotel manager by the name of Abigail Benelak.
And that's the one you're saying is
Now,
That's the-
evidence
yeah.
has been provided by Juliet to the police on the
It was very
16th, no, on the 12th, sorry, of January,
Mm.
to Chris Swarsfold and Adam, who are the police officers involved with this. So we are now talking the 17th of February.
Yeah.
So that evidence was provided then, that that lady lied under oath. Okay.
And you've not had an update on
So,
that.
so why is it a whole month has gone by when that's all they're relying on for holding her in under their care and protection is the statement of this woman, and
Okay.
it's been proven to be fake, to be fabricated.
Has it been proved?
So yes.
Has it
Well,
been
well,
proved?
Yes,
well,
that's
well,
what
we
I
think.
think,
Okay.
we think,
I
but
understand.
where are we supposed to prove it? Otherwise, other than with you guys or
Okay.
in
So,
court?
Yeah.
as I understand it, the officers are aware of what you're alleging, yes?
Well,
And
they
have they
haven't done anything.
That's what we're saying. Why is a month gone by?
Why is nothing
Right,
been done?
okay. I
Why
can't
is this
answer that question.
baby
Okay,
still in
that's-
the care
that's-
of this foster carer, turning up for contact visits covered in
Okay.
bruises? A
So
whole
I
month
can't answer that
later.
question for you. But
Well-
again, if you want me to contact those officers and let them know you're concerned,
That
I will
would
ask
be-
them to update you.
And then
because
there's
they are the
obviously-
people who can do
Yeah,
it.
perfect.
So there's obviously, where's the other lady's name? She's in the
Do you want me to put
child
that on
protection.
there as well?
Cheryl Taylor, not child abuse team. So she was made aware from Chris
that was
and Chris
Yeah, on the 16th.
what I'd sent him all the text messages. So she states on the 24th of December, this woman in the hotel, that my daughter and her partner were drunk and couldn't look after my granddaughter.
I see.
Okay.
And that's the basis why the child.
She sent me
Right.
a message because I asked her to go and check on the bears. She sent me a message to say Paige and they are dancing in the room. There's no concerns. If anything, I will call you.
Yeah.
Nothing. I've got all the messages and other messages as well.
Okay. Ladies and gents, in terms of me trying to sort this entire problem out for you tonight,
It's not going to
task.
help.
It's an impossible task. All I can do is ask those officers who have been tasked with dealing with this for you to give you the most recent update, and that's as much as I can offer you.
Yeah.
And you can see our concern. What you're basing your reluctance to act any further on was the assessment by people who are not qualified to make that assessment.
I understand what you're
Okay,
saying. I understand what you're saying.
and you are relying on that, as are we supposed to. And we know that the social services that we've been in contact with have just been so unprofessional, as you've seen, as evidenced by the fact that are we handling this? Are we getting
Yeah,
it?
that's the
Yeah.
topic.
We've got tons of evidence. Like I said, I've
Yeah.
got a recording with the social workers
You've done this.
stating they have no evidence, and the evidence they're relying on, Abby is. Do you want to listen to the recording? That she is under
It's
investigation.
best with the people who are dealing with it.
Yeah.
Can I just,
Officer,
By all means,
Can I just have,
yeah. Just
So
can
that's
you
the
can you
best I
see
can
the
offer.
position we're in?
I can see your distress.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Yes, of
and
course.
you, but
Obviously,
it
Parliament's
should.
been made aware of this as well.
We're all going home now on the basis that an investigation is underway and it's been properly
I'm sure
carried
the
out.
investigation is underway. That is the
But
right.
we already
But they're finding
have
that
reason
it's
to
okay.
believe that they haven't used the designated paediatrician.
so let's
and that is
leave the
evidence.
situation now.
Follow the due
We
process.
shall go and make the phone calls that we require to make, and if we still feel the child's at danger or at risk, we'll phone 999.
Okay.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay.
So thank you for your time. Thank you for being professional. I know it's an emotive subject.
Why? Just to manage your expectations.
Yeah.
When you make 999 call.
No, we will
if you
confirm
need to-
ourselves first that we are
Okay.
satisfied that it is a 999 call.
Okay.
We won't make a false
Your
999.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Your concerns are likely to be the same as they are now. It's just that social services haven't updated you.
Well, we'll
That's going to
see.
be the situation, really, isn't
Well, let's get them to from the horse's mouth, so to speak,
it? All right.
and
Okay.
they might tell us something slightly
So
different.
Absolutely.
are
Absolutely.
you saying you don't consider this matter to be
That's
a
not what I
serious,
said.
urgent matter?
No, that's not what I said at all. We were all here when I said what I said, and that's not what I said.
No, so what are you
Okay.
saying?
What I'm saying is,
Wait.
if you make a 999
No, no, we're not
call,
gonna-
the
Sorry,
circumstances are exactly the same
Yeah.
as we have discussed.
It's not going to be a bogus 999 call.
It's not going to change the. I'm not saying it's going to be bogus.
No.
It's not.
So you're satisfied that my granddaughter
No,
isn't
that's
at
not
any
what I
harm?
said either.
What did you
What
say?
I'm saying is, if you make a 999 call and you have no further information on what we have discussed now,
Yeah.
it's not going to change the outcome that we're going to go.
No, that's not the road we're going down.
Okay.
So he's
Once we
satisfied.
speak to the people that we need to speak to,
Yeah.
if it's not quite right or quite the similar to what you're saying, we feel it's a bit more than that, we'll make the call. If we don't have to make the call, we'll speak to you at some point tomorrow.
I hope you get the answers you seek.
Well, so do we, because the baby's of the
Well,
primary,
it shouldn't-
as the
should-
primary concern here.
Should it not be that because we flagged up that the due process wasn't followed and the visits that have been made to check this baby have not been made by medically qualified people, and that there is legislation that exists that the child should be taken to a medical professional for an inspection, because we've flagged up that hasn't happened, should you not be enacting in that?
Yeah.
I will instruct the officers to contact you and let you know what's happening.
Yeah,
As agreed.
but shouldn't that be something that's done tonight?
But shouldn't that
That's-
worry you?
Yeah.
We're back to the same question before, aren't we? Exactly the same question before. You just asked it in a different way.
I'm
Am I going to go
asking
around?
you-
Am I going to go around and remove the child where they
But
are?
we,
The
no,
answer
we've
is
told
yes.
you there's legislation that exists that she should have been assessed by a medical professional. We've told you that hasn't happened, so due process hasn't followed. So I'm asking you, are you going to enact that tonight?
I am not going to use the fact that someone thinks the legislation has not been followed as an excuse to remove the child from where they are.
I didn't say that.
I'm relying on
are you going
basis
to enact
on the
legislation
result
that
of
she
the
hasn't
visit
assessment done by
that's carried out.
the
That is what I'm acting on.
But yeah, where we're concerned, and where you might be relying on insufficient evidence, is around this fact that the assessment was not made by anybody qualified.
I note your point. It hasn't changed the answer.
Okay.
So you're not going to enact
It hasn't
it.
changed my answer.
No.
I am not going to go around there tonight and remove the child.
We're not
from
We
where
saying
didn't
that.
say that. We
Okay.
said
We're not
I will
saying
raise
that.
your concerns
But we're not saying
about
that.
the
Can
quality
we
of the
finish what we're
assessment.
saying? We're asking if you're going to go and get her a medical assessment this evening.
No, I'm not.
Right.
So you're going to
I'm
ignore the
satisfied-
legislation.
I'm
You're
satisfied
going to ignore the fact
with
that
the
due
assessment that
process
has
hasn't been
happened
followed
today.
today, and that child is in immediate
Okay.
danger. That's what you're doing.
I have told you.
That's what you're doing.
I have told you what has happened today.
Yeah.
And
And
I've
you
told
are
what that
ignoring
means that to do.
the fact that due process has not been followed by
Okay.
your officers, and that legislation that exists that she should have had an assessment by medical professionals.
I hope you're good to your word,
Fully
and you'll
aware.
contact us tomorrow. If you can get the officers to tell that lady
that's
that's what needs to happen, and we'll make the calls that we require to make just now. If we feel it's different from what you've slightly said, and we feel that the baby's in danger, we'll make the call. If we don't make the call, we'll speak to the officers in the morning. Okay,
All right.
right.
I'm very sorry I'm not going to satisfy everything you need. Okay? But
Where the
I
child's
appreciate
involved,
your
it's an emotive subject. We all understand that, and we are genuinely concerned for the baby,
I understand.
as you would be as a
I
father.
understand.
So we'll speak to the officers at some point tomorrow, and we'll speak to social
I
services.
just want to show him something before.
Well, the man's not going to
just
change.
want- I
You
don't
can't.
want
You
him to change
can't.
his mind.
You
I
can.
need
Yeah,
him to
you're
see it.
absolutely entitled to do that. That's fine.
Here's the notice that's redacted. Thank you.
All her ear, massive scratch, not even her own scratch. Really swollen. Her hands and that were blue. Looked like she'd had her hands squeezed.
That was
Let's
a
see.
month ago.
And she had no blanket on her, no gloves on her hands, no hat on her head, and no coat, and it was -2 outside. So she was literally frozen.
Please do something.
Let
Notice that's redacted. Thank you.